you, our chairperson. Thank you, our chairperson, Ms. Young. Leaders from around the world, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. A small glitch is acceptable. Thank you, Ms. Young, our chairperson. Leaders from around the world, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am honored to be invited to join this distinguished panel for a pressing issue facing women and girls in the 21st century. The issue is not new. Ever since the introduction of the internet, we have been combating the digital divide, which created chasms between information haves and have-nots. The influence of ICT in our society is ubiquitous and omnipotent, affecting aspects of every man from social mobility to individual life chances. But the equality issue has a new twist. That is, the power play between genders is making women and girls particularly vulnerable. A global study cited by UN Women showed that 38% of the women have personally experienced online violence, while 85% witness digital violence against other women. It is against this backdrop that we are gathered here to seek probable solutions and devise practical work plans. Let me begin by expanding upon the challenges ahead. The digital divide is a complex problem, compounded by differences in gender, accessibility, and socioeconomic status, in short, SES. While there may be genuine differences towards technology in aptitude between genders, or caused by gender stereotyping, the differences may also result from accessibility, which in turn may be associated with SES that reflects the education level and employment status of oneself or one's family. Therefore, a comprehensive solution must address the root causes of such a divide, starting from gender stereotyping and gender inequalities in education and employment opportunities. In short, inequalities in life chances. Secondly, we need to examine the ways in which ICT facilitates unique forms of women and violence against women and girls, such as sexual exploitation online. According to a report in 2021 by Taiwan News, there were over 5,000 cases of online sexual exploitation cases in 4 years. The largest increase of victims by age group is among elementary school children, representing a whopping 253.8% increase. Furthermore, the overall VAWG, violence against women and girls, online also include those that are not sexual in nature. Verbal and other forms of abuses, hate speeches, stalking, and bullying behaviors are rampant in the online world, often without the legal and moral ramifications found in our physical world. When personal images, private conversations, past records could be so easily webcasted to a broad audience by perpetrators with the aid of viral apps, the victims would have no place to hide and no means of protection or recourse, leaving them in extreme perilous positions and sometimes scarred for life. Ladies and gentlemen, let me turn to the solutions. We have proven over the past 3 decades that technology or technological feasibilities can be implemented in a speed and ease beyond our original imagination. At the same time, we also learned that not all technological feasibility solutions are economically viable, let alone socially desirable. Digital addiction, child pornography, human trafficking, stalking, and online bullying are but a few examples of violence against women and girls made easier and that much more harmful by technology. If left for the market alone to decide, we may end up with a chaotic world of a wild, wild west, in which the weak and vulnerable are easy prey for commercial exploitation. Therefore, we need transparency and accountability from the market. But if left on the government, for the government to decide alone, we may fall into censorship, stifling of innovation, and illiberal democracy. For that, we must call for measures safeguarding privacy, free speech, data security, and among others, from the government. It is therefore critical for CSOs to take proactive steps in developing a socially desirable, rule-based order for a technology world where both innovation and individual rights are protected. Such framework must address the two aforementioned fundamental issues. A gender equal access and decision-making structure for the online world, and B, the protection of the vulnerable populations, especially women and girls. The former tackles an old problem, the digital divide, but a little more. By including gender sensitivity and sensibility in the decision-making hierarchy, we could seek to not only level the playing field for access, but also modify the structure that defines the rules and regulations of that world. The latter seeks to establish guardrails to protect the special needs and vulnerable populations. It is in this arena that NPOs and NGOs can be extremely powerful, ranging from teaching online literacy and self-protection, advocating socially desirable solutions, to educating political and industry leaders, promoting guidelines and standards, and rating and monitoring performances of commercial entities. So in closing, let me bring us to the present. Recently, people are mesmerized by ChatGPT. With that app, we have a glimpse of a brave new world in which artificial intelligence and deep learning can truly engage us humans in real life and interactive manners to answer questions, solve problems, create innovative solutions, and yes, even arts. As we sail into this uncharted water of metaverse, deep learning, and deep fake, the possibility for technology to deliver unthinkable benefits for humankind is enormous. At the same time, the potential of causing extreme pain and harm to the most vulnerable also exacerbates, especially when the boundaries of realities are blurred. We must, therefore, set up goals to not only address issues and problems of the past and present, but also seek to develop a framework for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to reset our compass to the true north. By bringing equality and the protection of the vulnerable into the core of our concerns, we may have a chance to build a future in that the right to liberty and the pursuit of happiness of everyone is respected and no one is left behind. This is a lofty and challenging goal, but for our collective future, we must strive to achieve it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lee, for your comprehensive presentation. Thank you. And